Okay, everybody, welcome aboard Top Swiss. What's my call sign again? Let me just figure that out. We are currently flying as Top Swiss 91 Uniform Juliet, inbound to Basel. We've got a overcast layer which we're just about to go through, really, and that is supposedly extending down to a ceiling of 2,500 feet above the airfield level. So we're going to do an RNAV approach to runway 33 at Basel. Slightly special, it's a bit of a steeper approach, nothing too different though. Straight in approach, just with a slightly steepened glide path. So if we have a look here at the chart, what we have here is the ATIS, Basel control, approach, tower, ground, blah blah blah. Misapproach, we climb to TSB 33, turn left to Altic, climb 7,000, so that's here. So basically we go there and then left. If unable, advise ATC immediately, the gradient is 4.5% for that climb out. Straight in landing, so LNAV is 680. If we have LPV, which we might well have, it would be 260. So I might set minimums as 260, but I'm happy to leave them at 680 for now due to the weather minima. Glide path angle is 3.5 degrees, as you see in this little table here. And FSB 33 is our final fix at 6,200, and then we start that glide path. I'm going to set the local QNH shortly. We're looking for a descent angle of around 850 feet per minute, judging by what our approach speed should be. Runway end indicator lights and PAPI on the left hand side. Circling is allowed, 2,000 feet. Okay, minimum safe, 6,400 to the south, so I'm going to say 6,700 in all directions. Okay, just turning in now, I'm going to engage APNAV. So now APNAV's engaged. I'm going to set flaps 1, as I think we've already engaged our approach phase yet, but there we go, we'll do that now. So okay, approach phase is now engaged, and the QNH is supposed to be 1018, so I'm going to set that now. Okay, so QNH 1018 set, let's just double check that with the METAR here. So 0103, variable, overcast at 26, temperature's 2, QNH is 1018. So it's variable at 3 knots, so 0103, I'm just going to plug that in there. So we don't have any weird GS Mini stuff going on. Temperature's 2, dew point -2, so no problem with fog, although we do obviously have this cloud layer to come and contend with. This will be typical in winter time, as we have probably an inversion layer above, so temperature here is currently already +2, so there's probably a lower temperature as we go down, and then it's going to get back warm again as we get closer to the ground. I like approaches like this because we kind of disappear into the clouds, and then we should pop out hopefully just in time to see the runway and make the landing. So yeah, Top Swiss 91 Uniform Juliet today. So turning left inbound and just about to enter those clouds. Let's seatbelt signs, lights on. I'm going to do all the lights actually, in case of fog on the ground. Okay, anti-ice is going to go on as we're 2 degrees or below and we're entering cloud. Probably should have made that decision a little bit earlier, but made it anyway, so it's fine. So we're now in the cloud and IFR, so just trust the instruments at this point really. QNH is definitely set on 1018, I'm going to set that on the backup shortly that I've just seen there now. So that'll come in a second, I'll do that. There we go, 1018 set, final app is engaged, and we've already got performance engaged here, so I'm just going to switch pressure off, keep it on that page there. Auto brake we'll use low, we've got a nice long runway today. 14 miles to go. There's the ground already in sight, so that layer is not too much of a concern. Just coming through that cloud layer now. $12 miles to go. have no anti-ice not required warning, so that's good. Or ice not detected. Currently got a 10 knot tailwind at the moment, which is a little bit concerning, but maybe by the time we get down into the lower region, we're going to come back into a headwind. I'm just going to turn the GPWS glide slope warning off, as it's always wrong. 10 miles to go now. I'm going to set flaps 2. We're still looking for the runway, we don't yet have that in sight, and that'll be as a result of this cloud layer here. As we get closer to the ground, we're going to see more forwards, as we're kind of stuck in a weird thing above. So I believe we're now coming over some hills here. So this is a lovely valley, the Rhine Valley in Switzerland. We've even got a nice brewery from over there, the brewery of Feldschlösschen, which is, if you've ever been to Switzerland, it's one of the most popular beers there. You find it in nearly every bar. They're also the drink distributor of most beers in Switzerland that aren't Feldschlösschen as well, so Carling and such like, they're all part of the same group. Okay, are we still in icing conditions? I'm going to leave the anti-icing on, but if we do have a go around, we need to consider that. Okay, gear down 7.5 miles. Going to set flaps 3 shortly. We're coming in now over the top of the city of Basel, and the airport itself is actually across the French border, so we're currently still in Switzerland. There's the runway just coming into sight. And then the Rhine River off to the right there. That's going to snake its way off to Germany. There's a very nice bit of Autobahn. You come through Switzerland and you go straight into an unlimited section, so everyone in Switzerland who's got themselves a nice Mercedes is just, that's where they stick their foot to the floor. Okay, 1500 to go, flaps full. I'm happy with the runway visibility, so I'm going to continue visually now. Basel traffic, top Swiss 91 uniform Juliet is inbound RNAV, runway 33 approach at Basel. Ice not detected, so we can turn all of those off. Just going to give us a bit better of bit more engine availability, as anti-ice diverts some of the hot air from the engine to the wing and engine front surfaces. So if you've ever seen these, I'll show you on the ground actually, the metal strips in front of the wings and engines, those are all tiny little porous strips of metal, very small holes, and basically they just blow hot air through them, and that melts the ice off. Okay, runway's happily in sight. 700 feet per minute, we've got 136 on the ground speed, so 700 to 800 feet per minute recommended on the chart. Stand-wise, EasyJet is going to be on the south side here. A bit of variability in the winds there.
100 above.
And now we've got our headwind. So we're going to land after this taxiway here. Continue. So that's our high minimums for the RNAV approach if we only had an LNAV capability, so as you can see we were plenty within. Although if this cloud here had moved any closer we would have a problem, and I'm still just considering that might, you know, if that suddenly moves in with the wind and causes a low visibility dropout during flare or something like that. But we're being quite official and we're going to land nicely after the threshold. In reality I might have skipped that a little bit, so we're going to taxi over to that stand there.
100. 50. 40. 30. 10. 5.
Touchdown. Gentle on the nose wheel down there, and then we push it into the ground once it's nice and firmly down. Nice undulating runway here. I'm going to put a taxi off to the right here just by these trees. Okay, spoilers up. That releases the brakes as well. manual braking, master APU switch online, bleed on and start. Okay, runway's vacated as of now. Need the whole aircraft to be over the line, so we turn off the landing lights and the strobes. Runway turn off can go off, taxi lights off, we'll leave wing lights on. As you can see, visibility is not superb. Kind of about 5 kilometers, I would say. So this is still visual flying conditions according to the ICAO regulations, 5 kilometers of visibility and 300 meters from cloud, 1,000 feet vertically. But yeah, not the best. I wouldn't go flying in this. I mean, if you knew the weather was improving, maybe, but if I knew the weather was going to be getting worse, I wouldn't take off visual flight rules in these conditions, especially not with that overcast layer above. So we've got APU in the startup, and we're going to taxi in. Let's look at a stand number for ourselves. So booking says stands 1 to 4, overflow. So we're going to use stands 1 to 4, and Swissport is our handler today. So let me just find what stand 1 to 4 looks like. One, two, three, four. Okay. We go gate. Gate 1 is not yet available. Okay, that looks correct. So I'm going to just go for gate 4. Gate 2 even. No need for follow me, and Swissport International is the handler today. APU bleed is on, and how's that APU available? It's just come available now. It's not showing up on the system just yet. We're just coming up on this Alpha November 3 here, so we're going to taxi a little bit further down. So yeah, stands 1 to 4 are much nicer if you land on runway 15. I do well. That's the main terminal there. That's where the likes of British Airways, Swiss and Lufthansa would probably hang out. We're going to go down to the ghetto on the other side. EasyJet. We pay cheap parking fees because we park over here in the middle of the nowhere freight terminal. So I'm going to turn left on the yellow line, follow the yellow. And the overflow is on the right here, so if we've got too many aircraft, we're going to use that. It's saying that stand's not available, so I'm going to go off to the left to stand 2, which is this one here. So obviously somebody's expected at stand. Okay, Marshall is in sight. Go waving. Slow down. Stop. Okay, parking brake set. Engine cut. Beacon off. Wing lights off. Seatbelt signs off. Start the deboarding process.
The boarding requested.
Landing rate wise, felt okay, so let's have a look at that. I was at 96 feet per minute, which is my favourite landing rate, below 100. Stairs just getting connected now. These are incorrect. EasyJet don't use ULD containers, they just use loose baggage, so I would actually expect to see conveyors and a little truck for bags. But until GSX makes it possible to set that by airline code, that's not going to be helpful. So basically, yeah, EasyJet don't use ULDs. Lufthansa do. In real life, it's done off airline codes rather than airport equipment. They're not going to pull ULD containers out of an aircraft that's not been loaded with ULD containers. There's a bit of a continuity error there. Anyway, yeah, nice arrival, cool approach. Lovely scenery.